running out of luck, thinking about giving up, yeah. Didn't know what to do, then there was you. And everything went from wrong to right, and the stars came out and filled up the sky. The music you were playing really blew my mind. It was love at first sight. 'Cause baby, when I heard you for the first time, I knew we were meant to be as one together. Baby, when I heard you for the first time, I knew we were meant to be as Everything went from wrong to right, and the stars came out and filled up the sky. The music you were playing really blew my mind. It was love at first sight, love at first sight, love at first sight, love. Ooh, it was love at first sight. 'Cause baby, when I heard you for the first time, I knew we were meant to be as one thought that I was going crazy, just having one of those days, yeah. Didn't know what to do, then there was you. And everything went from wrong to right, and the stars came out and filled up the sky. The music you were playing really blew my mind. It was love at first sight. 'Cause baby, when I heard you for the first time, I knew we were meant to be as one. Was tired of running out of luck, thinking about giving up, yeah. Didn't know what to do, then there was you. And everything went from wrong to right, and the stars came out and filled up the sky. The music you were playing really blew my mind. It was love at first sight. 'Cause baby, when I heard you for the first time, I knew we were meant to be as one.
Hello, hello. Did you enjoy a little Kylie Minogue? I guess kind of old school Kylie Minogue, DDR Kylie Minogue. I think that's how like a huge chunk of us here in America know about Kylie is through DDR Max 2. That was my first exposure to her. But anyway, hello everyone. Welcome back to class. Took a little bit of a break. We had the Thanksgiving holiday here in the States, but we're back for the latter half of this series. So get excited. A little bit about this series of classes. If you've followed my live streams before, I'm no stranger to live streaming Pilates classes on Twitch and YouTube, usually in a cosplay for Cos Pilates, which will be returning in the new year. Stay tuned. But this series I'm doing is a little different. I'm a cosplayer. I work 9 to 5, do a lot of different things. And to add to that, I am also currently a graduate student. And what I am focusing my studies on is combining fitness and technology to see how we can make our online classes together all the better through different interventions with some elements that we're going to test today. So this is what I'm calling the User Test Pilates series. And this is part Pilates class and part experiment. I shared a feedback survey in the chat just before. If you have time after taking this class, I would love if you could give me some feedback on what you thought of the class. We're going to do a couple of different things here. There's going to be some audience participation. There's obviously this floating QR code next to me that you can access music from. There was some things in the intro. So there's a couple different things that I'm playing within this class. It's still going to be a classic Pilates mat class, but we're going to try a few different things, and I want to know if you like them or not. So your feedback at the end of class would mean so much to me, if you can. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. I have a couple of new audience participation polls for us to change up the class a little bit. Those have been really fun to explore with you all. So let's see where class takes us today. Hello, everyone. Welcome. So my standard Pilates disclaimer here. So listen to your body before we even start. Listen to your body. Meet your body where it's at today. Pushing yourself and finding your edge is one thing. Pain is something we don't want. So if you at any point feel pain, abort mission and either take a modification, which I will provide. I will provide various modifications to simplify or advance exercises, or take a pause and join us in the next exercise. I find that, I'll be feeling great 1 hour of the day, and then the next hour of the day, I feel awful. So just find where you're at now and meet your body where it is. You're on the mat, you're moving, that's the most important thing. All right, so from there, let's kick off our first participatory element here. So we're starting class with a poll. You get to set the tone for how we begin class. So we have two different Pilates principles here. Whoops, there we go. Let me change that out. I've got so much stuff going on. So we have how do you want to start class? Do we want to have a focus on coordination, or do we want to focus on flow? These are two of Joseph Pilates' Pilates principles. Some of the other ones include breath, concentration. So you can read about all of these Pilates principles in his writings. He wrote 2 books. Most famously, his book called Return to Life is his most well-known piece of writing. If you're really into Pilates history, like I am, I highly recommend you pick up the book. But which Pilates principle, I have to figure out how to mirror my video, which Pilates principle do we want to kick off class with? Coordination is really fun. It's really important for life. It can be very playful. Flow can feel very dancerly and ooey gooey and can feel really good in the body from not just a mind-body connection element, but also from a just moving experience, kind of just flowing through movements one after the other can feel really nice on the body. So all right, enough of me yapping. Let's see those votes come in, and then we'll kick off class. Do we want coordination or do we want flow? All right, I'm seeing flow is one. They're all good choices. And there's not one that's necessarily harder or easier. Pilates is always has a bar of challenge, so that will never go away. This is just making it all the better and more exciting. All right, I think we're gonna go with flow. Good choice. Both are great choices. So let's kick it off then. Let's flow through some movement. Flow also doesn't necessarily mean faster. It means really thinking about your transitions in between exercises. So we're not just doing one exercise and then taking a pause and doing the next one. A great quote from my teacher training was that transitions are also exercises. So let's think about that as we flow through this first half of class. Transitions are also exercises. How do you keep those Pilates principles of coordination, control, breath, precision as you move between exercises? Very exciting stuff. All right, let's get started. Feet are going to be inner hip width distance apart. Find the bony landmarks of your hips and then find that line down your legs. That's your inner hip width. Wider is more like your silhouette, so it's a bit of a narrower stance. Let's find our neutral spine here. Tailbone is long and heavy on the mat. You have a little bit of lift in your lower back. Bottom tips of the ribs are down on the floor, so you have to draw that waist towards your back body and feel the front two ribs close towards each other to get that connection towards the floor. Upper body is nice and wide and long, and you have space between your shoulders and your ears, no tension in the front of the throat. From here, let's take an inhale and an exhale. One more time. Inhale, breathe 360 into your rib cage. Press air into the back of the ribs, and exhale, draw it back in. Let's add some arms. Inhale, we reach the arms back as far as they can go without splaying the ribs. Exhale, resist. Move with control as you press the arms back down. Right away, inhale. Lift up, fingertips reach long as the shoulder blades glide down the back. Exhale, bring it back. So we're not taking a pause, we're flowing through this. Inhale, light tap of the floor maybe. Exhale, bring it back in. Keep the front of the ribs drawing towards each other. We are constantly finding that connection to that magnetic center line through the body. One more time like this, and we add on. This time as the arms draw back, tuck your tail, lift your hips, find a shoulder bridge, arms tap back, inhale. Exhale, we lower everything back to the start position with control. Tailbone and hands land at the same time. Inhale, lift up, find that length, press into your shoulders. Exhale, draw it back down with control. So we're taking away a stability point here, which means you really need to find that magnetic center line that we just talked about. Feeling that hug towards the midline is going to keep the pelvis from rocking forward and back and side to side. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, we're going to reach back and hold. Keep the arms where they are. Keep the hips where they are. From here, lift your right toe up and then right heel up, and then switch heels and switch. Going for a little prance here. And switch, and switch, switch, and switch. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring both heels down. Slowly come back to your start position. Quick rock of the head side to side. Check in with your neck. We don't want to have any tension in the neck. Take an inhale. Exhale, right away, we curl our head, neck, and shoulders up into our Pilates curl. Make sure that the tail doesn't tuck. Keep the tailbone down. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders with control. Take an inhale. Exhale, you crease at your breastbone. Keep the back of the neck long. And lower down. This time as we curl up, we reach the arms back, biceps frame the ears. and lower it back down. One more time like that. Lift up and lower down. This time we lift up and hold. Bring the arms down, tap the mat, and lift, and lower, and lift. Keep curling through your arms like a picture frame. Last time. Lower the arms, lower your head. Take an inhale. Exhale, right leg comes to tabletop. Take an inhale. Exhale, left leg comes to tabletop. Zip together like they're one leg. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. From here, flex the feet. We lower the right leg, right heel down to tap. Now slow transition. Think of this flow here. Transitions are also exercises. We are in no rush to get that opposite heel to the ground. Hinge at the hip, long thigh bone reaching away. Let's go 4 and 4. Nice and slow, like we're moving through a thick something. Last set, last one. Quick hug of the knees in, rock your head side to side. Let's move right into our 100. Legs can go straight up to the ceiling or bend to tabletop for level 1. The longer, the straighter the legs are, and the more distal or further away they go from you, the more challenging it is. If you have to tuck your tail or adjust your neutral spine to hold your legs up, take the legs a little higher up. That means it's not the right spot right now. That's not where your edge is. So let's find that. I will demonstrate a various amount of them starting with tabletop. From here, take an inhale. Exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. Arms float by your hips. Legs come to your working level and we pump. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our true warm-up in Pilates. We're getting the whole body engaged and nice and warm. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, halfway there. Inhale and exhale. Just 4 more. As you work through this, try and find that working level of the legs. It's okay to play. 2 more. And exhale. Last time. And exhale. Lower your legs down. Stretch them long onto the mat. Quick rock of the head side to side. We flow right into our warm-up. Arms come up to the ceiling. Knees can be bent. That's okay. On your next exhale, come through your Pilates curl all the way up to seated. Take an inhale. Exhale, dive forward. Take it all the way back down. Let's do one more like that and we'll add on. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll up. Lift up to dive forward like you're rounding over a wheel. Keep reaching your legs away from you. Find that opposition. Let's add a little count here. Let's come up in 4 counts for 4, 3, 2, 1. Dive forward. Let's take it back in 4 counts for 4, 3. Head comes down at 1. Let's try 6. Take an inhale. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Dive forward. 1. 6 to come back for 6, 5, 4. How slow can you go? 2 and 1. Last time, let's go for 8. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take it back. 8, 7, 6, 5. Don't go too fast. For 3, 2, and 1. Right away, arms come down by your side. If you want to challenge, keep the arms up to the ceiling, but bring the palms to face you. Take your Right leg, bring it up to the ceiling. Flex the foot, bring it down. Point to lift, flex to lower. Last time, point to lift and hold. Find external rotation for your single leg circle across the body, around and up. Inhale across, around, exhale, lift up. One more time. And now reverse your circle. If your arms are to the ceiling, you have lost a stability point. Activate that left oblique to stabilize your center and your hip. Now from here, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up, everyone. Grab behind your leg. I don't care if it's bent or if it's perfectly straight. You're gonna take your other leg, your left leg, float it up off the mat. Slow scissors here. Switch, 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 and catch. 3 counts. So this is flow. And you can see how precision and control and breath all influence each other here. Last time here. Hold, lower the right leg down, lower your head down, bring your hands to your position as before. Flex to lower and point to lift. Little reverse here and point to lift. Last time, point, lift, up, hold. We take the leg across the body, around and up. The bigger the circle, the harder it is to stabilize in the hips. One more time in this direction. And now reverse your circle, out, around and up. Inhale, out, around, exhale, lift up. Last time. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up, grab behind your leg. And now we're gonna climb up our leg like a tree, hand over hand, roll up. Hold yourself at the top, and then lower back down, shake it out. That was fun. All right, ab series. It's gonna be a little spicy, but going on that theme of flow, I think it's gonna be pretty fun. And don't get discouraged. What I love about Pilates is that there's so many different aspects of it to explore. So we're taking our classic Pilates exercises and looking at it from the principle of flow. This, we're looking at it from, the idea of incorporating transitions. There's so many different ways to play with it, and it throws your body something different every time. So don't get discouraged. This is supposed to be fun and playful, and you never know what you might end up being able to do. I've been in class and I look at the instructor and go, there's no way I can do that. And then I end up doing it, and it's super cool. So don't forget to have fun. All right, with that, we're gonna start our ab series in a bit of a strange position here. I want you to bring your hands behind your legs. You can zip them together, and I want you to sit up nice and tall, right on those sits bones. If you feel like you're rounding and reaching for your legs, you can take the legs out a little further. If it's hard to bring the feet to the floor, you can flex your feet. From here, we're gonna lift our right leg up to tabletop and then lower it down. And left leg lifts and lower down. One more time. Spoiler alert, we're gonna bring both up. You're gonna bring the right up, you're gonna bring the left up. We're in our modified teaser position here. So you'll feel a little bit back towards your tailbone, that's perfectly fine. But I want you to roll your shoulders open and open your chest. This is gonna force your waist to draw back. You should feel a lot of pull back from the center of your body. Stay lifted here and hold. From here, we move into our single leg stretch. You're gonna grab onto your right leg, stretch your left leg long. Slowly, we lower down to our Pilates curl. That was pretty cool. Let's switch. Hold, and hold, and hold, and switch. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, last set, last one, back on the same side. We're gonna roll up like this. Fight, 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 roll up, find your single leg stretch position, bring yourself back to this teaser position. Now from here, start to roll down just to the tips of the blades for double leg stretch. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Take an inhale. Exhale, stretch the arms and legs away from each other, stay in your curl. Bring everything back into that tight ball. 3 more times. Inhale, stretch, hold. Exhale, bring it in. So we're flowing, but with a little bit of a spicy kick. Last time. Hold, stretch, stretch, stretch. Bend, bring it in. Bring the hands behind you. Curl up. Find that top position again. Pretty cool. From here, take your left leg down to the floor. Take your right leg behind the thigh, calf, or ankle. Present your tree. Fabulous. We came up the left side. We're going to come down the right side. So hand under hand. We roll down with control. Keep reaching that left leg away from you. Take your time as you roll down just to your curl. Lift that left leg up. Pulse, pulse. Transition. Pulse, pulse. So we already thought about scissors, really being mindful of that transition. We don't want to just throw the legs around. That means that we're not accessing our center, and it means that we're not using any control. So let's try and keep this nice and controlled and mindful. Last set. Last time. Bend your knees into your chest. Lower the head, neck, and shoulders down just for a break here. Doesn't mean that our flow is over. Moving into our double leg, not our double leg stretch, our lower lift. Little bit different. So stacking your hands one on top of the other, bring it behind the nape of your neck with wide elbows. If you're a little tight in the chest, you'll get a little opener here, which will feel really nice. All right, take an inhale. Exhale, let's flow through our lower lift. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Legs come to tabletop or straight up to the ceiling. I'll demo both. We're going to lower for 3 and come up for 3. Lower for 3 and come up for 3. Last time. And come up for 3. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Legs come back to the start position. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. We're not done. Now for 5, legs lower 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just 3 more times like this. As the legs get further away from you, you're going to want to curl away. Keep curling towards your thighs and lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Keep your hands behind your head. Right away, we curl up for crisscross. Armpit to knee, twist right. And switch. And switch. And switch. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Right away, the legs straighten, separate them mat width distance apart. We take an inhale, lift the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, roll all the way up to tall. Arms stay parallel to the floor, stay nice and lifted. If you need to take a bend of the knees, do that. On your next exhale, spine stretch forward. We round over our imaginary wheel. Drop your head, lift your ribs to the ceiling, and stack all the way up to tall. Take an inhale. Exhale, slide and dive. And take it all the way back up. One more time. Bring it all the way up. Arms come out to a T for saw. If you don't have enough room, hands can come behind your head. From here, on your next exhale, we twist to the right. And center. And twist. And center. One more each side, and we add our full saw. Last time. Now we add on. You twist. Saw off your pinky toe. Come up in your twist. And center. They don't call it saw for nothing. And dive. Come up. And center. One more time each side, and then we flow into another variation. You can never have enough twisting in a Pilates class. It's so important. Now twist. Dive and hold. Take your saw arm. It's going to lift up to the ceiling as you come up. take the other arm up to the ceiling. It follows saw off. So we bring the arm up and saw. Front arm comes up, back arm follows up and forward. 2 more times. Threw in a little bit of coordination there. Last time. Come all the way back to center. Zip your legs together, slowly roll all the way down to the mat. Make your way onto your stomach into a prone position for swan. How we feeling, everyone? Take a moment, breathe. How we feeling? I know that was a spicy ab series, but we're flowing. We're moving through class. Spoiler alert, you get to choose what we do for leg series, which honestly is everyone's favorite part of class. So we'll have some fun there as well. All right, let's start. Swan, the further apart your legs are, the less intensity you can feel on the lower back. We don't want to feel swan in the lower back ever, but if this is your first time, I would recommend you taking the legs a little wider. If you want more of a challenge, or you've had a little more experience in Pilates, you can start to narrow your legs closer towards each other. I always recommend start wide, and then you can always play with the position because we do more than one of these. All right, we're gonna go into a true swan. So we're not even gonna do swan prep. So that means hands are gonna come under the armpits, hug the elbows towards your rib cage. Lower your forehead down to the mat. And I want you to lift your waist off of the mat and feel your pelvis draw towards the floor. What are we doing here? We're finding neutral spine on our stomach. So you should feel, as you draw your waist up to the ceiling, that it initiates a posterior pelvic tilt, just a touch forward, so that that pubic bone presses more down into the mat. From here, take an inhale. Exhale, lift your head and heart. Press into your hands, maybe come up a little higher. Inhale and exhale, lower down. This is going to be a little bit of an undulating motion because we're going to lift right back up and lower down. 2 more times. And lower. Last time. And lower. We add the legs. You lift the legs up and lower down. Now the upper body lifts and lowers. Legs lift up and lower and lift. So we kind of have a little bit of a rocking motion, looking a little bit like our swan dive, which is an advanced exercise. That looks a little crazy. Last time. And lower. Press yourself back, find a child's pose. Option here to take the legs wide for more of a stretch in the inner leg, or you can zip your legs together for more of a stretch in your lower back. Either way is valid, and they both feel good. Everyone's favorite position in class, child's pose. All right, let's come forward into our Sphinx position for single leg kicks. And we're going to alternate. It's going to look a little more contemporary, this little series that we're going to do, but it goes with the flow. It goes with our theme of flow. All right. Zip your legs together. Find a long diagonal spine here. It's easy to be in the Sphinx position and just hang out, sinking in between the shoulder blades, just like really letting gravity take you. I want you to feel the opposite. Lift your abs away from the mat, draw your pubic bone and hips down towards the floor, and reach your sternum through your shoulders. Your forearms press the floor away. We want to feel really light and away from the floor. From here, we take our right leg, flex the heel, kick, kick towards your booty, and lower down. Kick, kick, and lower. Kick, kick, and lower. Kick, kick, and lower. So where the flow here is very similar to scissors. Being very mindful of that transition, that it's controlled, and it just looks like we're flowing into one leg after the other. Let's go 3 and 2 and 1. Stay here. If you'd like a challenge, tuck your toes under. Lift up, find a forearm plank. Single leg kicks here. We kick, kick, and lower. Kick, kick, and lower. Same thing. Hips stay nice and stable. For 4 and 3 and 2. Last time. Bend your knees, press yourself back, child's pose. Surprise, I got you. I can't give everything away. It's not fun for you, it's not fun for me then. Slowly come out of your child's pose, and it's time for our next audience participation. All right, team. We have our leg series next. Leg series is super fun. There's so many different variations on leg exercises. So the sky's the limit. So let's narrow it down. What do you want to do tonight? Do we want to focus on the hips or do we want to focus on stretch? And I have a little bit of a disclaimer with stretch. Stretch doesn't mean we lay in Shavasana and chill out and do static stretching. Stretch is really about reach and opposition and getting as long as you possibly can. There will be a stretching element, like we will do some actual static stretching, but it's a lot more about reach and length, etc. So what do we want to do? Hips are also great. They're both great. You can't go wrong with either. So let's see. All right, I'm seeing a hip request. Love that. I definitely need to do more hip work. I've got some crazy tibial torsion and a lot of weird internal, external rotation stuff. So strengthening my hips even more is important to me. But strong hips are especially important as we all get older. Our hips are a ball and socket joint. It's one of the most complex, it's the most complex joint in our body, ball and socket. So there's a lot going on there. There's a lot of ligaments, there's a lot of tendons, there's a lot happening there. Same thing as in our shoulder, it's ball and socket as well. And man, don't get me started on that shoulder joint. A shoulder complex is called a shoulder complex for a reason. Alrighty. I think we're doing hips. Good choice. And just what I needed. I will probably be a little sore from this tomorrow. So we're gonna do something called the fetal 5. That's what I know it to be called. If any Pilates instructors that are watching has a different name for it, let me know, I'm curious. It's a great series that I always recommend to people, especially if you're traveling. You don't need a lot of space to do it. You can do it on the hotel bed, you can do it on the hotel floor, wherever. It's really easy to travel, you don't need a lot of space, and it's a really quick and effective way to really get into your hips and really work your hips. So let's get started. We're gonna lie down on our right side, lining up with the back edge of your mat. So my right side body is lying down on the mat. If you're not doing that, you're doing the left first, it doesn't matter. We're doing both sides anyway. I would like everyone to bend at the elbow and rest their head in their hands for this one. And that's because I want you to feel a little bit more lift in general away from the mat. In Pilates, we never want to feel like we're bearing down or pressing into the floor. We want to feel light, like we could lift away from the mat. How do we get that in this position? Resist your elbow towards your waist. So pull back, draw your shoulder blade down your back, and feel your elbow kind of pull in towards your body. And you'll notice you'll feel a little bit of lift and engagement through that side. That's what we want to keep the whole time here. You're going to bend your knees and bring your shins parallel to the front edge of your mat. I like to call this the side-seated position because if someone's looking above you, it should look like you're sitting in a chair at profile. That means your hips need to be stacked one on top of the other. So from the top, you should only see one hip. From the front, they should look perfectly stacked, one on top of the other. This stays the whole time we move through this series. Let's add some movement. Flex the top foot. You're going to lift it up and hold. You're just lifting the leg up. We're not opening like a book. It just floats up. Knee and ankle stay aligned and lower down. And lift and lower. 3 more times. 5 doesn't seem like a lot. Just wait. Last time. This time we lift up and hold. Internal rotation, so that ball and socket joint. Turn your femur in, knee to knee. Wrap the inner thigh, open up heel to heel. Hip stays where it is, knee to knee. This is a movement right in your hip, your internal and external rotation. 2 more times. Last time. Lower the leg down, take a breath. You probably already feel the burn. That's what's so great about this series. It gets right in there. Float the leg up, knee aligned with the ankle. You extend it long to the front corner of the mat. And bend, bring it in. This is a slow move, transitioning in between shapes. Nice and controlled. The faster you do it, the more you do. Just remember that. Last time. Bend, bring it in. Lower down. We're going to point the toes, changing it up a little bit. We're going to bring the knees towards the mat, toes up to the ceiling, so it looks like we have a little fishtail. This time we wrap the inner thigh and do more of that traditional external rotation for clamshell. Open and close. Same thing here. It's easy to want to take the hip back as the knee opens up. Keep it stacked over the bottom hip. 2 more times. Last time. Now we add on. We open, point, extend, bend it in, and lower. Wrap, extend, bend it in, and lower. Don't let that bottom leg move. Don't forget about her. 2 more. Last time. Woo. And lower, down. Bring the feet down. Transition to our figure 4 stretch. Come to lie down on your back. Take your ankle over the right knee. Grab underneath that thigh and pull the shape towards you. Little release in that hip here. And just breathe easy. Let it feel good. For a little bit of a challenge, or if you want to deepen the stretch a little bit more, take that leg over more and try and stack your knees one on top of the other. Grab your feet or your ankles and then pull that shape towards you, trying to keep the hips even and square. This gets into a little bit of a different part of the hip, but honestly, after doing that series, any stretch anywhere in the hip feels good. Release, shake it out, and then let's come to the other side. No funky transition. Lying down on the left side or the right side, whatever you chose to do first. Same feeling of lift away from the mat. Feels a little counterintuitive, but when you have that lift away, that lightness up towards the ceiling, it means that you're working those stability muscles. Your muscles are holding you up. And that's what we need them to do when we're standing and moving through life. Let's get moving. So from here, making sure that those shins are parallel, that those hips are square. You can even take that front hand and put it on your hip, if that's helpful as a reminder. That top leg's gonna lift and lower down. I love this move because it literally looks like nothing, but you're doing so much for your hips. 2 more times. Last time. Let's lift it up and go knee to knee. Wrap the inner thigh heel to heel. It's okay if one side feels very different than the other. We are not symmetrical beings. 2 more. Last time. Lower that leg down for a moment. Wow, this series is so great. I love this series. It's a feel the burn moment. Take that top leg up, slow motion lengthen, and then bring it in. Keeping that knee aligned with the ankle the whole time. Easier said than done, I know. But that is what's gonna help work that hip. This hip is in kind of a partial isometric hold here. And that's where all the work is going. Last time. Bend, bring it in, lower it down. Point your toes. Toes come up, knees down. Check in with those hips. Did they change? Make sure they're stacked. Wrap the inner thigh open and close. Open. With control, lower. Don't just crash the leg back down. It should land nice and controlled. Last time. This time we open, extend, grand finale. Open, extend, in and lower. 2 more times. I think. Pilates math has deviations. And lower. Lower the legs down. We come to lie down on our back to take our figure 4 stretch. I'm just gonna keep lying down in the same direction. Breathe easy into this. It's gonna feel a little sensitive or a little tight right after that. That's okay. Use your breath to stretch you. I know, I used to be one of those people I remember taking yoga classes and going, breath doesn't do anything. And I was wrong. It wasn't until I really got deep into my Pilates practice that I really understood how important breathing is and how breathing correctly or just breathing in some sort of rhythm allowed me to do exercises that I originally couldn't do. They actually helped me get the exercise completed. So breathing is definitely underrated. And I was wrong. And I'm happy to admit I was wrong. If you'd like to take that knee across, get a little different type of stretch here. Alrighty, let's shake it out. And it's teaser time. It is Tuesday teaser time. Triple alliteration. We love it. So a teaser, what is a teaser? You always see those Pilates ads where people are up in this V shape and they're like, yay, I love Pilates. That's a teaser. And we're gonna bring back our concept of flow for this one because it really helps with us getting up into our teaser. So we're gonna start with level 1. Legs are gonna come to tabletop. Hands are gonna come behind your thighs. Press your legs and your arm and your hands into each other like they're resisting each other. Keep the elbows soft and collarbones wide. This is gonna help you get up. Take an inhale. Exhale, you're gonna find your Pilates curl here and hold. Think about how you're gonna get up from here. You need to find a little bit of reach through the legs, draw that waist back, think roll up. Think of that series, think of the ab series that we did in that semi-teaser position. I tricked you into one. And lower down. Now we're gonna come up. Take an inhale. Exhale, we come through our curl, roll all the way up, find your teaser. Zip your legs together, open your chest, draw your waist back. So we're not in a rounded position here. I want you to think reach the thighs to your chest and hold. Now from here, we're gonna come back the way we came. Tuck the tail, think roll down, bone by bone, head is the last thing to come down. Take an inhale. Exhale, we roll right back up, find our teaser. Now from here, Release your arms, reach for your toes. We roll down without the assist of our arms. Tuck your tail. Keep reaching for your toes even as you roll down. Think control and precision. Awesome. All right, we move on. You can stay doing this, or legs can come straight. We're going to do 2 of these, so you have options. Now we're going to come up and down without the help of our arms. On your next exhale, take an inhale. Exhale, curl up, roll all the way up. Open your chest at the top, present your chest. Hold, and then slowly roll all the way back down, bone by bone. Amazing. Last time, final time. Legs can go long, either up to the ceiling or they can go the high diagonal. Take an inhale. Exhale, reach for your toes, open up at the top. Let's hold for 3 and 2 and 1. Slowly roll all the way back down. Hug your knees into your chest. Very nice. Let's come to stand. However you would like to get there, my head is going to get cut off. That's okay. We end with the classic front support. Front support is the Pilates way of saying plank. There will be a couple of differences here, but I'll walk you through them. And they're not crazy differences. We're not doing any Cirque du Soleil or anything. But we will start standing, feet in our Pilates stance, heels together, toes apart at 11 and 1 on the clock. And now I want you to think, as we're standing here, how this is exactly how we were lying down on our backs. Imagine you have the mat behind you. Find that neutral spine position here. That same feeling of finding that waist drawing back towards the back body. That nice open collar. Lots of length through the legs. That engagement and that hug towards your midline from your heels up through your inner thighs, up through, feeling the ribs hug towards it, all the way through the crown of the head growing taller. This is how we want to feel all day, every day. This is what that book, Return to Life, is really about, taking what we do on the mat and bringing it standing. It's a very poetic way to finish here. With that, finding that nice position, you take your inhale, bring your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Think of this like your standing roll up. Start with your Pilates curl, and then slowly peel yourself away from an imaginary mat. I don't care how far you go. Maybe your hands touch the mat, maybe they don't. It's all about that lift. Keep thinking of the abs lifting up, even as you fall forward. Now from here, we walk out into our plank position. You can take it on your knees, or you can keep them lifted. Feet stay in that Pilates stance. Feel that hug towards midline. Feel that push away from the mat. We hold for 3, 2, 1. Pike your hips up, find a down dog position. Press your chest through your shoulders like your teaser. And then lift your core, walk your hands back to meet your feet. Take an inhale at the bottom. Exhale, we slowly roll up to tall, bone by bone. Head is the last thing to come up. 2 more like that. Take an inhale, bring your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Be mindful here. Be precise. How slow can you go? Walk your hands out into your plank position. Option to hold your plank, or you can take 3 push-ups. I'm going to go for the 3 push-ups. We hold for 3, 2, 1. Pike your hips up to the ceiling. Really reach those heels down towards the floor. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. Same thing here. Big inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll all the way up to tall. Keep those heels together. Keep that connection through the midline all the way up to tall. Final time here. We take an inhale. Bring your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Keep pressing the mat away with those feet. Walk yourself out into your plank. Hold here. Option to hold or go for 3 more push-ups. We have 3. 2. Last time. Pike your hips up to the ceiling. Hang out here for a moment. Bend one knee, then the other. Go for a little prance. Don't forget to breathe. Let's find our shape here in our down dog. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. Slowly roll all the way up to tall. Take your time. Head is the last thing to come up. I'm going to do this kneeling because I'm decapitated if I stand and do it, but please stay standing. Final movement here. Going to go through all of the different spinal planes of motion that we covered today in class. From here, take an inhale, bring your arms up to the ceiling. From here, exhale, take an open arm twist to the right. Keep your hips square to the front of your mat and wring out your waist like a towel. Then come back through center, inhale. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Reach the fingertips away. Try and turn those ribs more. And come back through center. Bring your left arm down by your side. Take an inhale. Exhale, tip to the left. Little lateral side movement. Come back through center. Switch arms. Nice and controlled transition. Lift up and over. Nice side bend. Really breathe into this. Come back through center. Bring your arms out to a T and then bring them to a cactus. Lift yourself through. Find a little heart opener to the ceiling. Think swan here, so less of an arc in your lower back, and think of the chest just reaching, shining through the shoulders. Gentle gaze to the ceiling or to the high corner of the room. And then come back through center. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, final forward fold. Drop your head. Take a couple of bends of the knees, nod your head yes, shake it no. Let it feel good. Let's find stillness here. Take an inhale, exhale, roll all the way back up to tall. Draw your shoulders back. And you, my friends, are done. Woohoo! Great job, everyone. I hope you enjoyed class. It's been really exciting doing this series because I feel like we get to explore things in a different way than we would in a more traditional class. So I hope you enjoyed it, and even if you didn't enjoy it, I also want you to let me know. So I just put up onto the screen the link to the feedback form and a QR code that you can scan. So once again, this is part of my user test Pilates class series. I want to try a couple of different things in these classes and see if they make the class more interesting, they make it more fun, they make it better. Let me know what you think. I'm curious. It's been really interesting for me in my teaching practice to do this. And I've learned a lot doing it, and I'm really interested in how you all have been feeling. Some of you have been taking a few of these, so it's been really cool to see your feedback come in every week about the different changes. So I've been really excited about it, and your feedback means a lot to me, and if you have less than 5 minutes, this shouldn't take you more than that, more than 5 minutes to fill out the survey. You can also give me feedback on Instagram. You can follow me there at MoveWSarah, MoveWSarah. I also post silly Pilates things on there as well. But yeah, that includes class. Thank you again for joining me. I hope that you're enjoying them, and I'll see you on the mat in the next few weeks. The next class that we're doing as part of the series will be this coming Sunday at 10:30 a.m. EST. So I hope to see you then, If not, I hope you can provide some feedback, and have a great day, afternoon, evening. Looking forward to seeing you on the mat soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thought that I was going crazy, just having one of those days, yeah. Didn't know what to do. Then there was you, and everything went from wrong to right, and the stars came out to fill up the sky. The music you were playing really blew my mind. It was love at first sight, 'cause baby, when I heard you for the first time, I knew we were meant to be as one. Was tired of running out of love.